We're taking our journey back down memory lane in Kylie's back catalogue. We're looking at her early albums and right through to golden, because we're counting down to the golden days. We're up to Enjoy Yourself now. Back in 1989 it was released, 9th of October. With me, I've got Michael and Simon. Welcome both of you.
Thank you so much for having us again.
Yes. Looking forward to doing it. Yes,
It's really, really fun. I don't know if you both find it as fun as me to go back over her early albums and actually go, what made them what they were, and do we still enjoy them just as much? Now, Enjoy Yourself was the very quick follow-up, really, to her debut album, Kylie. And to start off on a negative note, it was sort of critically, at least, not from the fans, it was sort of a bit criticised for being very similar in style to that first album she released. But as we discussed last time, she was a product, she was a formula, and the magic of PWL, Stock Aitken and Morton and Kylie together, why would you mess with it, right?
And why would you mess with the formula? The first album was 6 million selling worldwide.
Yes.
So this is, kind of follows, really. And it's Stock Aitken Waterman. And they were the kings of turning out the hits back then.
Yeah, I just think it was just another magic follow-up for the first. You know, the just even the album cover with that gold glitter hat that she held on was so cute.
And that's how they were selling her, wasn't it? As cute, as girly, definitely girl next door. Even the Enjoy Yourself handwritten, that was the beginning, by the way, of Kylie writing on her own album sleeves. It's happened a few times since then, but Enjoy Yourself written in her own handwriting, pink, very girly, wasn't it?
But apparently there's a concert of Enjoy Yourself.
Guess what, Simon? Guess who was there?
Yeah. You were.
Timmy was, yeah.
Oh my God, I was so jealous I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
First, because she didn't tour the Kylie album, of course, so this was her first tour, and people were with their scalpels out waiting to see, she's going to mime, she can't sing.
She didn't at all.
How did you find your information about it, and where was it?
Sydney Entertainment Centre, and my God, I was a 12, 13-year-old boy who had the first two albums, had loved the Henderson Kids, Charlene, so yeah, it was just natural that I went. But I've got to say, and this is the truth, even though I loved the concert, but my first comment to my friend when I walked out of there was, that didn't sound like Kylie, because it really, she sounded so much deeper from the chest. You know, a bit like Intimate and Live, that voice that she can use but chooses not to so much these days. But she had that voice in that concert. Go back and watch the clips of her singing Locomotion.
Yeah.
Kylie on the Go springs to mind.
Kylie
Live
on
in
the
Japan,
Go.
40,000. Remember that one? That was awesome. That was a TV special.
I think she'd love to bury Kylie on the Go, to be honest, because it really does. It's not bad, but it does show her learning, because what she did after that is it became much more sleek, because that was just like a girl on steroids going absolutely ape.
Running up and down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But by the time she got to Sydney, sleek and professional, wonderful.
Yeah.
But thank God someone's found the footage and put it onto YouTube, because I love reliving those memories. I love them.
Yeah.
You know what I love about? Can I say what I love about the actual tour, Enjoy Yourself, which I saw on YouTube?
Go for it.
The way she was wearing that black slick outfit.
Oh yes.
And the way she entered, the way she danced.
Yes.
Like, it was like Jeanette Jackson. Like, oh my God.
Yes, wasn't it? It got the goosebumps going. It really.
Oh, me too. I was just goosebumps talking about it, but that was freaking sensational.
And Enjoy Yourself was released, probably not quite, but very much a backdrop to the Delinquents as well. She'd gone into the movies, created the Delinquents. Of course, we had Tears on My Pillow. Yep, which was the final single off Enjoy Yourself. But let's go back. Gee, we can tell we're super fans. How quickly do we stray from the topic, right? How quickly do we stray?
I know. Steer it back. Steer it back in him.
So Michael, easy to do your mind. Your mind goes crazy.
It does when we're talking about our idol. So Michael, take us a bit through some of the chart success of Enjoy Yourself, because it was a successful album.
Oh, it definitely was. It was released Joseph was released in October 1989. And the album was a success in the United Kingdom, in Europe, New Zealand, Asia, and Australia. And it scored #1 singles, Hand on Your Heart and Tears on My Pillow. So Hand on Your Heart was the first single, followed by I Wouldn't Change a Thing. And then Tears on My Pillow which was also the
Yeah,
soundtrack
in
for
between there too.
the Delinquents. And then it was Never Too Late, and that was that song Never Too Late. Sorry, I have to say that was the one that made me a Kylie Minogue fan.
Yes, that's where Michael entered.
Entry.
I entered a little bit late, but I entered with a bang, and that was that's also in my film, which is coming up.
There's a bit of side promo for us. There you go.
Film.
Yeah. Enjoy Yourself got to number one in England.
Yep.
And it sold 1.2 million in the end.
Wow.
It's only in England.
Yeah.
So
that was in that time as well.
Yeah, and obviously on the Australian albums chart, it made it to number 9.
Yep.
Obviously going platinum, and it went all over the world as well on the Dutch album charts. Germany, Japanese number 5, New Zealand number 6, top 50 in the Dutch albums. Germany top 40, the Swiss number 13, Spanish 16, and the Swedish album charts number 33. So it went gold in most countries, and 4 times platinum in the UK. Yeah, sorry, it was huge.
It was huge, and not to diminish that it was huge, but I have to say that in America, because Geffen Records had released Kylie and Enjoy Yourself, it didn't rate at all in America, and they actually dropped her as an artist on the back of the lack of success of this album. That doesn't make Enjoy Yourself not successful. It just means that this was actually the last album she released in America up until Fever. So it was actually, for the United States, this marked the beginning of the absence for silence, and that's why Americans took so long to catch on to her, because they didn't have release after this.
Can I add also, because of her success all over Europe, she had any lack of promotions happening in America as well during that time.
Absolutely.
So
there's also an argument to lack of promotion, but there's also an argument that it just didn't suit that American sound either. I mean, it was very British pop, really. It was a really British pop album.
Yeah. But to be number 9 in Australia is very that's quite a flop from number 1 to number 9. But that was the time when Australia turned on Kylie. Kylie Minogue didn't have to come back to this country. After all that hate, I hate Kylie t-shirts. No records were, and so no stations were playing her records. I mean, to turn against your superstar at that time, you can imagine the hurt and so forth. And because she was from a soap opera that turned into a music icon, they just couldn't. Australia likes to knock their own, so to speak. Yeah. But Kylie came back and proved that she can sing, and she came back during that time and sang Telltale Signs live at the Hey Saturday.
But do you know how beautiful and how strong our Kylie is, that she didn't let that stuff, it would have hurt her, but you know what she did? All these albums, the new ones, and this one, Enjoy Yourself, they were really successful in Asian markets, in Japan and all of that. I mean, she was so popular there. Yeah.
And as Michael says, she was appreciated overseas far more than here in Australia, but it was the best thing that ever happened to her. It might have hurt, but it pushed, it actually gave rise to the gay brigade. Now, I'm going to be honest, because they rallied around her. They're like, you're an outcast. So we're going to protect you. We're going to pick you up. And that's where, and not to mention the music and the product was very appealing too to that community.
It was easy for us to do that for her because, I mean, you've got just an iconic, and she's grown into even more of an iconic superstar.
So let's look through the track listing on this album. We start with all the singles in order, which is very PWL style. Hand on Your Heart, the video clip for that, of course. By the way, an interesting fact about the video clip: she actually had to move slower than what she would have liked because the shoes were way too big for her in the Hand on Your Heart video clip. All the shoes were too big and they couldn't do anything about it. So she just had to put up with them. Hand on Your Heart, she actually looks back. I've heard her say this. She says she doesn't quite know what it was, but she was in a grumpy mood that day, and whenever she sees Hand on Your Heart video clip, she remembers that she was really having to try hard to look like she actually wanted to be there. So that's a very honest reflection for her to look back on the Hand on Your Heart video.
Can I also add, she also says it is her worst video.
Oh, really? I've never heard her say that. Yeah?
Yeah, she has. Yeah, during the spinning around promo, she whispers, "What's the worst video?" She goes, "Hand on your heart."
Oh, wow. Do you know what, though? Because for her, it represents so much. This was we're going to pump out a product, primary colour, 3 primary colours, perfect hair, safe.
I think Australia liked Hand of Your Heart, and especially the video clip for it. I think
did.
if I remember it. Yeah, I loved it.
I like it when she gets buried by the heart right in the last second. I love that.
Well, I don't think Kylie likes Kylie says no to that video. Just so you know.
I like that.
I didn't mind it either.
And she followed it up with my favourite track on the album. Well, I don't know about my favourite track, but my favourite single off the album, Wouldn't Change a Thing. For some reason, that really appealed to me. I love the video clip too. Fun. Then we come to the third single, which was Never Too Late. Now, this is a big watershed moment, I reckon, for Kylie in video clips. Even though it was still stuck a bit to the formula, it really showed her as chameleon, didn't it?
Oh, mate, that was a video. I remember changing my sister's dirty nappy, and it was cotton, and it was all and I remember watching it, and I got transfixed into this woman. You know, I didn't know who it was and who sang it. And I remember it was on Video Hits, and many years ago now. Yeah. But it was the colours. It was her chameleon. It was her stylist, her style, her fun to make fun out of herself, like the whole cowboy dancing and silly. It was just very, very Kylie. Looking back now,
and she danced.
Yes,
yes. Yes. I think she had really good fun then, because I only watched it the other day, the behind the scenes of that, and that was brilliant to watch in itself and watch her. Yeah,
filmed up against a blue screen for the majority of it with a couple of dancers, and she was having fun and really wrestling with that big magnum. Which ironically is what she did with Michael Hutchence much later.
I would have loved to be a tag along or a fly on the wall with those two.
When Never Too Late was released, that's Kylie's third single from Enjoy Yourself. It actually it reached number 4 and sold over 200,000 copies.
Wow!
Just for your information.
Yeah, and I had it on 12-inch, 7-inch cassette single, and I had the whole bloody lot, I can tell you. Let's go to the non-single tracks now. So some of the album tracks. Track 4, Nothing to Lose. Love that song.
Oh, love it too.
One of those I don't think she's ever sung that on tour. I'm pretty confident that she hasn't sung that on tour, which is a shame. But then we come to track number 5, which she did sing, as Michael mentioned, on Hey Hey It's Saturday, Telltale Signs. Yeah. This is a big moment for a Kylie fan, Telltale Signs. And by the way, it was the last track on side A for anyone who's interested about cassettes. Telltale Signs, then you had to change the sides. But it was a beautiful song, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautifully sung too. I just love it. I love the vocal, and it was very different for Kylie.
Now, I know she did Look My Way.
I love Kylie ballads. I love them.
Kylie ballads are beautiful. When she sung Look My Way on Hey Hey, that was a big moment. But I think it was a bigger moment when she took Telltale Signs, because, as Michael said, this was at the hysteria with the backlash on Kylie had reached its fever pitch, and she just came out and calmly told the critics to shut up by singing that song. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Do you guys do what I do if you have somebody who randomly says Kylie can't sing? Do you get out all the YouTube clips of Come On Strong with Jules, Telltale Signs? Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. You're going to sit here tied to the chair with gaffer tape for half an hour, and by the end of it, you're going to know that this girl can sing her heart out.
It becomes personal for me, mate. It's personal. You pick Kylie up, it becomes personal.
Yeah, but while they're taped up, I'll just be dancing and smiling and laughing in front of them.
I'll bring out all my facts, mate. All the YouTube videos, and then it becomes personal, mate.
It does.
Then it's on.
So side 2 of Enjoy Yourself, we had My Secret Heart as the first song on side 2, My Secret Heart. One of the big fan favourites, as evidence from the anti-tour. Track 7, I'm Over, Dreaming Over You.
Oh, I love that track.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Something wonderful about that one, isn't there? Yeah. Over Dreaming Over You, though, has this wonderful extended mix where it's just over. It's so Stock Aitken and Waterman.
Yeah. So you're so Stock Aitken and Waterman.
It's like wouldn't change his thing. I wouldn't change.
And I should be so lucky as well. They love it. They loved pressing that little repeat button, and I loved listening to it, frankly.
Me too. I love it too.
Now
That's
we're
awesome.
entering Delinquents zone now. So she released the final single off. Apparently, I don't know if this is correct or not, but she put up quite a fight that Enjoy Yourself should have been released instead of Never Too Late, by the way, is what I...
Yes.
She really loves the track Enjoy Yourself, and fans do too. But going back to Tears on My Pillow, which was track 8, that was released, and of course the video clip shows a bit of a montage of a Delinquents movie.
Well, that was sexy Kylie coming out. Did you notice the huggy black moment in that
Very mature.
90?
Very mature.
Very mature. Oh, and I have to admit, Kylie was my first ever movie experience of the Delinquents because of Tears on My Pillow. So I went to the movies for the first time ever and watched the Delinquents.
Were you shocked when she took her bra off, Michael?
I was looking at the nipple. I was looking for the nipple.
Good God.
And I kept pausing it to find the nipple. What was the video? Because they kept saying there was a nipple moment and I couldn't remember it.
Did we ever
Not
get
in
to
a
the
dirty
bottom
way,
of that?
Kylie, sorry.
Did
But I'll just try to pause it.
Did she actually ever show a nipple? I can't even remember. I don't think she did in the end.
We've got to get back.
I think
It was quite discreet.
It's Kylie, and she would love to have done that.
There was. Sorry to cut you there, Simon, but there was a nipple moment. Yes, there was. I remember. You have to pause it.
Yeah.
That's your screensaver, isn't it, Michael?
She has really, really raunchy shoots right throughout her career. So she just loves that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And she was a great actress, by the way. Great actress, I have
I
to
thought
say.
she was pretty good in that. Yeah. I thought she was really... Yeah, I liked it when she punched Auntie. That was my favourite moment.
Or what about, can I even shit in peace? That's
Your
another moment.
definition. It's lucky the world doesn't live by your definition. All right, so where are we going with this? Oh, my God.
It's an Australian movies. I love Australian movies.
What about the film slogan, some rules were meant to be broken? I love that.
They said they
I love
couldn't,
that.
they shouldn't, but they did, or
Like,
something
they
along
did.
those lines. I had the Delinquents
I can't
poster
laugh.
on my wall, the big...
I can't laugh like you
I
guys.
just- I have to say that poster for the Delinquents with her neck back and he's
Amazing.
kissing her neck is sexy.
classic.
That's good.
It was almost like a Gone with the Wind type of vibe about it. It was very classic movies. Yeah, cinema.
Did you know that Tears on My Pillow also was Kylie's second #1 from that album? That was a Christmas #1 too, which was huge.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, track number 9 on Enjoy Yourself. Now, this is a really interesting song because before the album was released, there was an interview with her and she mentioned she's going to have a song about recycling and the environment on the album. And I listened to it like 16 times in the first couple of hours. And I was, where is this song about recycling? And it turned out Heaven and Earth is actually a song about recycling.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
I'll move heaven and earth.
Yeah, yellow wheelie bins. That's what Heaven and Earth is about, apparently. No, because
It's a love song to me by the sounds of it, but anyway.
Exactly. But apparently it's about you're making sure you separate your plastics from your from your greens or something like that. No, I'm mocking it too much, but it does say basically you don't have to move heaven and earth, just make a small change and it will help the environment. And then the final track, of course, Enjoy Yourself, which is a corker of a way to end an album.
Should be a single, should have been a single, and it should never replace Never Too Late. Now, sorry, Kylie, I don't agree with you there. It needs to...
Just its own extra single.
Exactly, should be the fifth single or a promo single or something at that time because it's awesome. We love it.
The video clip
I
for
agree.
it could have been
I agree
amazing.
with all of that.
Yeah, totally amazing. And the song is beautifully expressed and there's a great message to it too. So...
But can I tell you an interesting fact, Michael and Simon, that she actually never says the words "enjoy yourself" in that song.
I thought so because she said enjoy it. That's what she says.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah, because I think putting the word "yourself" in there sort of hurts the music a little bit. Enjoy yourself doesn't work.
Well, how could the album be called "Enjoy Yourself" if the song's called "Enjoy It"?
So, Simon, you've got a bit of information around what some extras that Enjoy Yourself spawned for the fans, B-sides and whatnot. What have you come up with for us?
There are lots of different versions of this album.
Yes,
but
different cover in America.
Yeah, and even America, yeah. all in all, though, I can only really unless you guys know any more, I only came up with four songs. Particularly the American album, which had Jason Donovan and Kylie doing "Especially for You,"
yep.
Which I just adored that song, and also on that same EP, there was the other side of it was "All I Want to Do Is Make You Mine" with her and Jason.
Yeah. I think that was the B-side to the single, Especially for You.
To the single,
Yep.
To the single, yeah.
Yep.
To the single, and I liked that song too. I mean, it was a bit,
That's
blah,
fun.
blah, blah.
I like that. I've got a guilty pleasure with that song. It is pretty trashy, but I love it.
I have to say, I don't like it.
Yeah. A lot of fans are like that, Michael. A lot of fans.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, sorry.
And the B-side to Hand on Your Heart, there was a song called Just Wanna Love You. Now, a lot of
I love that song.
I love it. Great.
Okay, so I'm still. That is another one.
Yep.
That is another one. You're right, Tim. It's called "I Just Wanna Love You."
Yep.
And also there's another one. Where is it?
We Know the Meaning of Love.
Yeah.
No, I think I Just Wanna Love You.
Huh?
Hang on, I've got another page here. Yeah, We Know the Meaning of Love. Yeah.
Yes, I love that one. That's why I like it.
Yes.
Now, that
Yes,
was the B-side to Tears on My Pillow. Now, I just want to ask you both a question. Whenever I listen to Right Here, Right Now, the new one with Giorgio Moroder, I hear, just for a split second, somewhere in that track, I hear We Know the Meaning of Love. I'm probably the only person on the planet, but there's just this tiny bit.
I had to break it to you guys, but she's had 50 singles. So, of course, something's going to sound somewhat...
How dare she have the same note in some songs?
Yeah. Exactly.
So to finish up our retro review of Enjoy Yourself, Michael, what's your conclusion? What do you make of Enjoy Yourself? And do you still listen to it?
Oh my God, do I still listen to it? Yes, I do. Do you know why? Because I've got Kylie Plus One playing in my car 24/7. And that's all that music, from the Kylie, from the Enjoy Yourself, and Rhythm of Love. And Just Want to Love You and all those B-sides. So yeah, I do listen to it religiously at the moment, and I'm loving it. And I'm loving it. And I'm loving it. So yeah, Enjoy Yourself is one of my, of course, one close to my heart. And it was the album that made me the Kylie fanatic I am today.
Oh, it's very close to your heart then.
Oh my God, very, very close. I have to also just want to before I go, let you know that the album Enjoy Yourself also reached #1 in Hong Kong and Ireland, and top 10 in Belgium, Denmark, Greece, and Japan.
Wow. So yeah, it definitely had the commercial success. I mean, yeah, she was flying high at this stage. And Simon, what do you make of the album? Do you listen to it?
Yes, I listened to it. All her albums, her early albums. Are just classic Kylie, and if you want to listen to Kylie, you just listen to her old stuff just as much as you listen to her new stuff. And that is a classic album. That all those songs together on that album, like Wouldn't Change a Thing, all her songs that has that classic are all on that album, which is just fantastic.
And for me, I absolutely still listen to it. I love listening to those non-single tracks in particular because they all bring back memories of where I was at the time. But also for me, the album, I know there were remixes from the Kylie album, but I really started to get into remixes around Enjoy Yourself, like the Espana mix of Wouldn't Change a Thing, for example, and the great Aorta mix of Hand on Your Heart. And I love the extended version of I'm Over Dreaming Over You. And I actually loved both the B-sides. I thought they were quite strange and off, sort of not typical Kylie songs, both of those, Just Want to Love You and We Know the Meaning of Love. They felt sort of really charming and classic and definitely not your typical. So for me, fantastic album. And people start listening to Kylie's albums from track 1 through to the end in order, the way she wanted you to hear the album. Because this whole Spotify era we live in, you just listen to the singles and you're missing out. It's a journey. Go on the journey.
Yeah.
And We want people to subscribe, because if they subscribe, then they're going to hear very soon, when we're all caught up with our sleep, that is, we're going to review probably what I would argue the biggest turning moment in Kylie's career, which was the release of Rhythm of Love. This is huge. I can't wait to talk about it, but we'll save it for next time. So Michael and Simon, thank you for your time tonight.
And thank you, Tim, thank you, Simon. It was awesome. It's been awesome chatting about this. I can't wait to the Rhythm of Love, and like Tim said, that was the album.
Stay tuned.